Hey Facebook friends, it's me again, Chef Doc Allen. With me as always, my faithful sidekick and brains of the operation, Quiet Steve. Say hello, Steve. He's kind of quiet. Anyway, we had such amazing support on our last video that we decided to do another one. Today we're going to do cabin fever date night. And it'll be great for your husband or your wife or your partner or any significant other you might have. It's going to be a sexy little dinner that's easy to prepare. It'll be kind of like a restaurant grade situation. So we're going to do an ahi tuna with a fragrant jasmine rice, sesame ginger vegetables, and we're really excited about it. So we're going to go do a little shopping now as the economy started to open up. I think we can feel safe doing that. And we'll get back to the cabin and see what we can do to prepare a beautiful meal for you guys. Here we go. One red bell. I try to use the flat ones. You'll see why later. We're going to need some mushrooms. We're just going to use the white cat mushrooms. I try and find the smaller ones. That should do it. One cucumber. Just going to use red onions this time. Got to have the fresh garlic. Okay guys, we need a head of cabbage. We use Napa cabbage or regular cabbage. I say go for the extra 40 cents for your loved one. What do you say? Napa cabbage it is. We're going to need one carrot. And a big clunky one like this is exactly what we need. One bunch of scallions. Just more celery than we need. We've got to have a couple stalks. It's only $1.28. Now ginger is one of our main ingredients. Steve, what kind of ginger are we supposed to use? He says the big chunky ones, and we're going to go by his advice. We're going to use some cherry tomatoes for our salad. These multicolored ones are really sexy. Let's try that. Snow peas, another nice little touch for our salad. A couple of nice ripe navel oranges for a citrusy touch. We've got our soy sauce, sambal, sweet chili, sesame oil, rice wine vinegar. You might have some of the things on your shelf. There's a lot of fragrant rices out there. There's basmati, jasmine, texmati. But we're going to use jasmine today because it's a little more kind of Thai oriented. If you can get this at your local grocery store, grab it. Fresh tuna, it's the best. It's not always available, so we're going to find another more consistent option. I use this stuff all the time. Sushi grade ahi tuna. Frozen steaks, try to find some that are kind of equally proportioned. These things are awesome. I can't wait to show you this. It's going to be great. Fresh blackberries for our dessert. They weren't grown in Texas, they're grown in California, but $1.48, I can dig it. Only $2.47 for an entire quart. Awesome. A little old-fashioned whipped topping for our fresh berries today. What do you think, Steve? Original or extra creamy? Extra creamy it is. All right, we're back at the cabin, friends. And we're going to start with our ahi tuna. Like you know, it's frozen. There's three different ways you can thaw out this tuna. First of all, you take off the first part. There's still two little cryovac tunas that are still individually packaged. The ultimate way to thaw this fish is to put it in your refrigerator and let it thaw overnight slowly. I highly suggest you never use a defrost setting on your microwave because you're just going to your fish up. The best way to do it, if you need to eat tonight, just run it over cool water. It'll take a few minutes, but while that's happening, we'll get our rice prepped. Like we said on the last video, rice is pretty simple. Put in this much rice, you're going to make 3 times as much. Can you dig it? So check it out. 2. Just going to put a little salt in there and get the rice water started. But before we do that, this is jasmine rice, like the jasmine, the basmati we talked about before. I get a lot better results if I rinse it a little bit under some cool water. Not warm water, just want to rinse it so it stops getting cloudy. It seems to remove some of the starches and gets that separated grain that we like so much that we get at our Thai restaurants and stuff. It's a beautiful, fragrant rice. We're not going to start it just yet because we want all our things to come together and culminate into one beautiful dish. Okay folks, we're going to start our super simple and easy sweet and spicy sauce. I use a Thai sweet chili. There's several different brands. You can get some really exceptional ones at the Vietnamese and Asian markets, but this one's going to work for our application today. We're going to start with 2 big tablespoons of this. Let's see. 1. Let's go 3 tablespoons of sweet chili. And then we got sambal. This is really spicy, you guys. I like it spicy. You don't have to. Like I say, guidelines. I'm not going to beat you up on guidelines this time, but check it out. Just one. And if you don't have sambal at home, you can use sriracha. Soy sauce, and then to round it out, always just a little bit of sesame oil. Secondly, we're going to throw together a little bit of salad dressing for our tomato cucumber snow pea salad. We'll start with a little rice wine vinegar, of course a little sesame oil, touch of soy sauce, and then the juice of our navel orange. Make sure you rinse it off really good. We're going to let that set, and that's going to be our dressing for our salad. Okay, y'all, remember when we were shopping and Steve told us to take the big chunky ginger? Here's the reason. You take the pieces off, and it's kind of hard to peel with this without taking out too much of the hide. It's impossible with a knife. It's not impossible, but it's kind of tears your ginger up. The best thing to clean your ginger, is a little hack for you, is a spoon. Just do this, and all the hide comes right off. See what I'm doing? Comes right off. We're going to mince our ginger, but here's what I like to do. Kind of got a flat side like that. Nice and easy, see me? Alright, so we got our little planks, right? Usually lay them down this way. Video or rock and roll method. You don't have to do it fast like me. Not bad, right? And you remember how we did the garlic on the last one. Ooh, here's a giant one. Awesome. Right, you don't have to smack it till it's... You don't have to smack it till you smash it. Just enough to get the stuff off. That papery outside. For this one, you guys, we're just going to put the garlic and the ginger together. Everything we're putting together in this dish requires garlic and ginger together. So chop it all up really good. Alright guys, so our fish is done. It's nice, thawed out. See, there's no scent at all. This is such a good product, man. I cannot say enough about it. I'm going to lay it down. We're going to try and dab it dry a little bit. Take them out of their little cryovac packages. We're going to kind of blot it dry. You don't want to smush it. You want to keep some moisture in there. Just going to kind of blot it dry. Now we're going to kind of season and marinate this fish. We're going to start out a little bit of our sesame oil. Mostly just to keep it from sticking. Touch of soy sauce. A little bit of rice wine vinegar. And some of our sweet chili. Not too much because it's got a lot of sugar in it. It's going to stick to our pan. Remember our mother spice, just a touch. Remember they're soft in that soy sauce. And it's a dense fish, but it's delicate as well. So we're just going to let it sit like that. Alright guys, it's knife skills time. First, here's a cool way to do a bell pepper. There's lots of ways to do it, but this makes it super simple. Take one end off, flip it around, take the other end off, slice down, take the white stuff off. It's going to cut it into strips. It's kind of like a julienne. Rock and roll method, right? You can do it on the bias, you can do it diagonal. Want to make it look a little more sexy. That's our bell pepper for our stir fry. Now the carrot, let's get a peel our carrot. I love these peelers, by the way, so check it out. I'm going to use a cleaver on this one. So we're going to take our big chunk like that, then we're going to come down, line it up. Rock and roll method. So now we have carrots for our stir fry, we got our bell pepper for our stir fry. Let's see what we got next. We're going to put a little onion. This time we're going to use a red onion. So you take each end off, come down through the center, Remove that stuff. And for our salad, we want it nice and thin. Nice and thin. Hold it down this way and cut with the ridges. So that's our nice thin julienne onion for our salad. We'll put it to the side. But for our stir fry, we want them a little bit larger pieces. That should be good. That'll go in our vegetables. We bought an entire bunch of celery, but we're probably going to need a stalk. A lot of times people do this with their celery for their Asian style cuisine, creating, it's an okay look, I guess. But if you turn it sideways, like this, you get a really cool, authentic look, and I'll show you in just a second. Using your rock and roll method, holding your celery to the side. Then you get this cool thing, kind of like the Star Trek symbol. Can you dig it? We'll put that in our stir fry too. Scallions are mostly going to be a garnish for us. Now part of the scallions we're going to use for our garnish, we're going to cut it a hard bias to make it really cool and sexy looking. Now with the stalk, this is really kind of hackish and pretty 70s, but check it out. You take the scallion, leaving some of the green in, and just cut it long ways, just cutting it into strips. We'll do a couple. Coming down, coming down. Then we'll just sink these in ice water and set them to the side. If we do it right, they'll bloom up and look really cool on our plate when we plate it up for our loved one. Alright, remember we got our Napa cabbage. We're going to take this and cut it in half. Then we're just going to cut it into a quarter. We're just going to slice it. Kind of on the bias, nice and easy. This cabbage is really delicate, so we're not going to cook it right together with our vegetables, but you're going to understand in a little bit. We're going to keep it to the side because it's so delicate, it'll just turn into nothingness if we cook it with those rigid vegetables right here. One more addition to our stir fry, some average white button mushrooms. I like to take the little stump off. You can leave it on if you want, I guess. It's just common sense on the mushrooms. Now that they're nice and flat, you don't have to do it fast like that. That's it. I love mushrooms. You can use a hothouse cucumber, any kind you want. This one we had because it was super cheap. I like to just take a few strips off. Bring it down the center. A lot of people feel like the seeds are a little bit bitter. You just take them out like this. The back handle of a ladle works really good too. Turn it upside down, nice and level, easy to cut, right? And do it on the bias. Comes out little strips like this. It's going to make a beautiful salad. Our sexy colorful tomatoes. And this couldn't be much more simple. I like to use some of the colored ones. These are kind of cucumber colored. That doesn't help us much, but we'll throw it in there. Here's an orange one. Trying to get some color, give it some pop. Alright, remember our snow peas? Hopefully you can find them at your grocery store. Okay, these are beautiful, crisp and fresh, delicious. There's one little booger on top. Can you see it? You just grab it and pull it down. It comes off like that. But you got to do this, you guys, or you'll be flossing your teeth with snow pea threads for the next day or two. Alright, I think that's enough for our salad. I'm going to keep it nice and light. Okay guys, we've done all our prep work and we're about to start cooking. Today, we're going to learn a new vocabulary word. Okay, you see how we have all our salad fixings with our dressing. We have our garlic and ginger with our vegetables and our Napa cabbage for our vegetable. We have our marinated tuna with our spicy sauce ready to go, and we have our rice with our pre-measured water, and it's ready to go, so we're ready to begin cooking. What we have here is called mise en place. Loosely translated, it means things together. I look at it like minds in place. Can you dig it? So, mise en place. We have everything we need to start cooking. So don't forget that. It'll make you look like a hot shot. Our salted water is going. It's been pre-measured. We've rinsed our rice so there's no cloudiness. We dump our rice in there, get it started, and stir it up. Already smells good. Should take about 10 minutes. So we'll cover it. As soon as it comes back to a boil, we're going to turn it down and set it for about 12 minutes and then check it. Alright guys, it's time to really start cooking now. We're going to do a grilled tuna and a seared tuna. See how they come out. So we're going to use a combination of canola oil and sesame oil, and I'll tell you why. Sesame oil has a very low smoke point. It can catch on fire like that, but it's super flavorful. This canola oil, you can get it really hot before it sparks up. It's called a smoke point. Oh, turn my rice down. It's not going to take very much time, you guys. This tuna is really delicate, and you want to serve it rare. You're going to see why. It's beautiful. Trust me on this one. We're going to try and make it look like a grilled fish that you did out on the barbecue pit. If you don't, all you have is a regular pan. We're going to do one seared as well. Touch of canola, that sesame oil. Same over here. We're going to crank it. We're going to get this thing hot. And trust me, guys, this doesn't take very long. Alright guys, you see we got our pan nice and hot. We're going to do the seared one first because that's most likely the pan that you're going to have at your house. Okay? Get that oil all in the center really good. And boom. Alright. Jeez, already smells awesome. Doesn't it, Steve? So we're going to let it, we're going to try and be patient. We start to see it turn a little bit white underneath, but we're not going to let it go very long. Just kind of keep track, man. I'm talking seconds here.
40 seconds.
Oh, let me turn on my fan. There we go.
30 seconds.
All right. Quiet Steve says we're at 30 seconds. We go a little bit longer, but not much.
40 seconds.
At 40 seconds. And we are almost done cooking this tuna. I'm not even kidding. And just 10 seconds on that side because the pan's even hotter than it was. We're going to let this rest. That tuna's done, yo.
20 seconds.
Now let's try the grilled one. This one's a little bit more tricky. See if we can get those perfect stripes on there. As you can see, we still have kind of a slightly pink, opaque look. That's exactly what we want. Don't be afraid of this, you guys. It's beautiful, rare tuna. You're going to love it.
20 seconds.
Quiet Steve says we're at 25 seconds.
30.
So let's turn it. Try and be patient. Let that sucker go. Still looking for our white lines. We're getting there. This one's going to take a little bit longer because the whole surface area isn't on the fish. Looks like our rice is done, guys. So we've turned it off. We're just going to let it set.
30 seconds.
Let's turn this fish over. Oh, ain't B, that's good. Yes, sir. Looks awesome. We're going to give it one more turn. And simple as that, my friends. Grilled ahi tuna. We're going to let that tuna rest before we do our vegetables, and that's next up. Okay friends, it's time to do our vegetables, our sesame ginger vegetables. I've got a wok style pan, whatever you got will work. I've got my little half and half of canola oil and sesame oil, my garlic and ginger. I'm going to hit it first with the garlic and ginger. See it bloom like that? That means it's hot. As soon as you see that, it's time to use your, get your vegetables in there. I'm going to use a little bit more oil. Kind of shorted myself that time. You don't want to let this garlic and ginger burn. You'll just have to start all over. So here's our rough vegetables. The harder, the ones that take a little bit longer to cook. A little more oil. And like I said, it is kind of a guideline situation. If you need more oil, put it in there. You don't want it to be too dry, but you don't want it to be greasy either. Looks nice. Let's go a little bit longer. Use a touch of our mother spice. Remember our mother spice. All right. These vegetables are still a little bit crispy, but that's what we want. So we're going to put our cabbage in there, just right on top, just like that. We squeeze a little bit of orange juice. Remember, we've got a couple oranges there at the store. A touch of the sauce we made for our fish. That's going to work for our vegetables too, just a little bit. Going to stir this up a little, just a little. Then I got white wine I had in the fridge, Pepino. Going to hit it, and that's it. Cover it, turn it off. Take it off the heat. Vegetables are done. All right, so I pulled it off the heat, covered it for just a second, and done. They're crispy, but still, they're a little firm to the tooth. It's still a beautiful, beautiful dish. I'm not going to cover it back up. We don't want it to overcook. Now it's time to plate our food and eat. All right, remember when we put our little salad dressing together? We're going to put that on our salad now. We've waited till now because that vinegar is an acid. It'll break down those vegetables. We're just going to stir it up a little bit like this. Really nice, man. It's just a nice, light, it's just an Asian style vinaigrette. It's wonderful. You can kind of set it up to where it's really sweet like this, and where whoever you're cooking for, a little appreciation for what you've done for them. See, look. All right, once again, our sesame oil is going to come back into play. A couple little drops of sesame oil in there. And our jasmine rice, since we rinsed it the way it does, it is just like the Thai restaurants. I love it, love it, love it. So what you want to do is put this in here and pack it kind of tight. You don't have to like step on it or anything. Get in there kind of tight. Push it down in there. Very delicately, but firmly. Hit it there. Comes out with a beautiful presentation like that. Next we'll get our vegetables. They're colorful. They look delicious. Trying to get some of the liquid off of there. I'm gonna make it to where you can see all the pretty stuff. Right? It's nice. Our tuna has rested properly. So we're going to take it, and if you can see, the tuna kind of has a natural grain in it. You feel me? So we're going to take that and very delicately, here so you can see, sorry. We're going to slice our tuna. Take your time, man. You really need a sharp knife for this one. And don't start, people. Yes, this tuna is ready to go. I'm telling you, if you just absolutely must cook it longer, you can. But I'm telling you, this is the way to go. This is so delicious. It has no fishy flavor. It's just pure unbridled beauty. And we can do the same thing with our seared tuna. But anyway, we're going to take this. Here, let's one more good slice. Alright? You feel me? So now, just take your knife as if it was a spatula or something. Kind of slide it underneath. Set this here. Kind of spread it out. You want to use, when you're plating, you want to use this as your canvas, as if you were an artist. You understand what I'm saying? So there we got our beautiful tuna, our vegetables. We're going to use a little bit of green onion for here and here. Nice, right? We're going to take our wonderful sauce. That makes it so awesome. Like I say, if you have to cook the tuna longer, you can, but I'm telling you, this, my friends, is the way to go. Before you present it to your loved one, clean up the plate a little bit. Remember our scallion brushes? That's what they call them. This is real 70s, but look how cool it turns out, right? Trying to get the water off of it. You only need one. Hopefully you're plating 2 of these things because you're going to want to eat with your special somebody. You can put this anywhere you want. I think it would look awesome right freaking there. Now you got to admit, pretty good looking meal, guys. Alright, so we have our dessert, guys. I didn't try to go too crazy this time. Anytime I go to a Thai restaurant or any kind of Asian food place, usually the dessert is kind of fruit based. So we're going to start with just some good old whipped cream. Some beautiful blackberries. Remember, they're from California, but that's okay. And a little more whipped cream. It's going to be light and delicious. A couple little blackberries. Alright. Maybe one more whipped cream. And then I'm going to show you one little cool trick. Try and hurry. If you got a strawberry like this, we're going to cut it kind of diagonally. Right? And you just spread it out. And that's our dessert. There you have it, my friends. There's your quarantine date night special. Seared ahi tuna with sweet and spicy sauce, sesame ginger vegetables, some fragrant jasmine rice, a salad, fresh fruit and whipped cream for dessert. There you have it. I hope you guys give it a try. I'll hopefully make it as simple as possible. If you see it on Facebook, ask me any questions you want. And we had a great time doing this. From me and Silent Steve. Love you guys. We'll see you next time. Peace out.